Welcome to myprojectbazaar.com.
Okay, this is our project title for the Hadoop. Hadoop improving Hadoop performance using the metadata of related jobs. This is our abstract. So here the cloud is a developing technology to the facilitate developments of logical on-demand flexible computing resources that the cloud computing leverages Hadoop framework for processing big data in parallel. Here the Hadoop has certain limitations to the cloud was exploited to execute the job efficiently. These limitations are mostly because of data locality in the cluster. Clustering means we will separate our data based on the attribute. So the locality in the cluster and the jobs and the task scheduling. Task scheduling for scheduler is allocating for a particular job to this some users, browsing as some users. And the resource allocations in Hadoop. Here, the efficient resource allocation remains a challenge in cloud computing MapReduce platform. We propose H2Hadoop, which is an enhanced Hadoop architecture that reduces the computation cost associated with big data analysis. Here, the specified architecture also addresses the issue of resource allocation in native Hadoop. Here the Hadoop provides a better solution for data mining, processing text data such as finding DNA sequence and the modification of the DNA sequence. This is the flow diagram for the improving Hadoop performance using big data concept. Okay, so the first one is the dataset load. Here certain or multiple attributes based will create the dataset. Again load the dataset. So next we will checking for the dataset. Here the dataset has any null values to be removed for the done in pre-process. So again the data is to be verified in the HDFS. The data is available in HDFS is go for next task is not to be exist. So here the data is available in HDFS. HDFS means Hadoop distributed file system. So the data is HDFS. So next to come to the clustering. Clustering means we will create always we create the data set to based on certain attributes. So here the attributes based we will clustering our data. Again we will separate or specify the clustering metadata. In previously we will specify the clustering data. Again we will specify the meta clustering data. Metadata means data about data. Clustering data has some specified informations to be described. So again we will file mapping. The file mapping means to be specified the data for removing repeated values. Next to be classification and view data. So next to come to the reduce proof. Always we will using some ETPL academy and distribute certain stocks is to be eliminated the repeated values as the reduce proof. So again reduce proof we will come to the original results. So the original results are stored in HDFS to be processing in big data to stored in Hadoop.
Okay, this is our coding part for the H2Hadoop, improving Hadoop performance using the metadata of related jobs. This is our home page. When I click home, it's go for next page. The next one is the file chooser choosing particular records. So here file chooser choosing particular records for the data sets will be loaded. Okay, so this is our data sets. So our data sets to be choosing. This our data sets. So again go for next. So the next one is the pre-process. Here any null values is to be checked to be removed for the null values. So here the pre-process complete. Here no null values. So pre-process data is uploaded successfully to the data is verified. So again go for next. Here I am using the combo box as three types, three list of items as the ETBL academy and the services. Here the datasets will be listed into top three items as the ETPL account services. Here these are the records to be clustered, so the data will be clustered. So when I click to the services, so here the services record will be displayed. Here the services record will be displayed. So when I click to the services, the service record is uploaded automatically or successfully to the database. So again when I click to the ETPL cluster, so here the ETPL records will be displayed. Okay, so here this is the mapping and reduce data. So here I am using two boxes. One is the before reduce the data and the other one is the after reduce data. Okay, so click to the view. So here this is the team name. Here this is the attributes based on the creating data sets. In the data sets I'm using the team names. So these are the team names is using in the using to be processed our data. So here the results are classified. Here in this table we will use we will has more ETL and services, more data, but the another side we will clustering our data. So again we will using the reduce data to the before and after reducing data. It's based on the domain. In previous page we will clustering our team names. In this page we will clustering our domain names. The domain names as Java, Web Design, Android, .NET, NS2, Embedded. So these are the domains based. We will clustering our data, and on the page we will clustering to the some specified original data. So here we will comparison with the database. So the first one is team names. So the duplicates avoid or after reducing the team names will be displayed into this page. So the next one is after reducing the domain data will be displayed to be based on to be taken on the dataset will be implemented. So another one is scheduler name. So here the scheduler is assign some data or process to the users. So again next. Okay, and this is our graph diagram for the improve Hadoop performance. Here the users view graph. Here we will display the normal performance and the after reduced performance. So here the after reduced performance will be increased for certain methodologies to be used.